Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. Life is not built in a day, but it is built daily. Each of us wakes up every morning with the same 24 hours, and it's what we do with them that separates progress from stagnation, growth from regret, success from missed potential. Today, I want to talk to you about 6 things you must work on every day. These aren't complicated and they don't require a degree or permission from anyone else. Just discipline, awareness, and consistency. Your mindset is the lens through which you see the world, and it determines how you interpret and respond to everything life throws your way. It's not just a buzzword or a motivational phrase. It's the foundation of your success, happiness, and resilience. Everything you achieve, every obstacle you overcome, every relationship you build, and every goal you reach begins in the mind. Your thoughts shape your actions shape your habits, and your habits shape your destiny. That's why working on your mindset every day is not optional. It's essential. When you wake up in the morning, your mindset is the first thing that greets you even before your feet hit the floor. If you wake up with dread, negativity, or doubt, those feelings will color your entire day. On the other hand, if you start the day with intention, gratitude, and purpose, your mindset will act like a guide, helping you make better decisions and respond more calmly and effectively to challenges. This doesn't mean you won't face struggles. It means you'll face them with strength. A positive mindset doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It means choosing to believe that no matter what happens, you have the ability to grow, adapt, and improve. It means accepting failures as lessons rather than dead ends. It means recognizing that progress often comes from discomfort and that setbacks are not a sign to quit, but a signal to adjust and try again. One of the most powerful things you can do to strengthen your mindset is to guard the thoughts you entertain. Your inner dialogue, the way you talk to yourself, has a direct impact on your confidence and courage. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that you'll never succeed, or that you always mess things up, those thoughts will become your reality. But if you intentionally replace those limiting beliefs with empowering truths, even when you don't fully believe them yet, you begin to rewire your mind toward growth. Daily practices like journaling, affirmations, reading uplifting content, and spending time in reflection or meditation can all help reinforce a strong, resilient mindset. So can the people you surround yourself with. If you're around negativity, complaining, and doubt all day, it will wear down your thinking. But if you place yourself in environments where positivity, encouragement, and vision are the norm, it elevates your mental state and gives you the confidence to rise. Mindset is also about clarity, knowing who you are, what you want, and what you stand for. When you have a clear sense of purpose, it becomes easier to stay focused and motivated. You stop chasing every distraction and start pursuing what actually matters. You stop being reactive and start being proactive. And when life does knock you down, because it will, you don't stay down. You rise, stronger and wiser, because your mindset is trained to endure. Your mindset is your superpower. It doesn't cost anything, but it determines everything. And like a muscle, it needs daily attention, consistent practice, and intentional care. So every day, ask yourself, what am I feeding my mind? What thoughts am I choosing to believe? Am I setting myself up to win or to stay stuck? Because the answers to those questions will shape your life, not just today, but every day going forward. Your health is the foundation of your entire life. Without it, nothing else, not your goals, your career, or even your relationships, can be fully enjoyed or sustained. It's not something you can put off until it's convenient. It's not something you can fix with a quick solution after years of neglect. Your health, like your mindset, is something you must invest in daily. When we talk about health, it's not just about avoiding illness or living longer. It's about living better. Good health gives you the energy to pursue your goals, the clarity to make good decisions, and the strength to show up fully for yourself and others. It affects how you think, how you feel, and how you perform. And yet, it's so easy to take for granted until something goes wrong. Taking care of your body should never be seen as a luxury or a side task. It's a priority. Every meal you eat, every step you take, every hour you sleep, these small daily choices are either deposits or withdrawals in your long-term well-being. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Even 20-30 minutes of daily movement, a few healthier food choices, or turning off your phone an hour before bed can create a powerful ripple effect over time. Daily investment in your health also means listening to your body. Too many people push through fatigue, pain, or stress until their body forces them to stop. But real strength comes from awareness and prevention, not burnout. Rest is not weakness. Sleep is not a waste of time. Slowing down to recover is not falling behind. It's allowing yourself to move forward sustainably. Health is also deeply connected to your emotional and mental well-being. Exercise isn't just for physical fitness. It improves mood, reduces anxiety, and boosts focus. Eating clean fuels not just your muscles, but your brain. Managing stress protects your heart just as much as cardio does. So when you take care of your physical health, you're also sharpening your mindset, improving your relationships, and increasing your capacity for every other area of life. One of the biggest mindset shifts you can make is to stop seeing health as a short-term fix or a seasonal goal. It's not about crash diets, trendy workouts, or extreme challenges. It's about building daily habits that become part of your identity. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be intentional. Drink more water, walk more often, stretch when you wake up, cook one more meal at home. These are not big changes, but over time, they lead to big results. And just like with mindset, the people you surround yourself with play a role in your health. If your environment encourages poor eating habits, a sedentary lifestyle, or constant stress, it will be much harder to thrive. But if you seek out people who value movement, growth, and balance, their energy will support your own commitment. So ask yourself every day, what have I done today to honor my body? Not punish it, not ignore it, honor it. Because your body is the one vehicle you have to experience life. It carries your dreams, your passions, your purpose, and when you take care of it daily, not perfectly, but purposefully, it will take care of you in return. Remember, your health is your responsibility. No one can do it for you. But every single day, you get a chance to make choices that invest in your strength, energy, and vitality. Your future self is watching and hoping you'll start today. Goals are not achieved in a single moment of inspiration. They are realized through consistent, focused effort over time. Every big dream, every meaningful achievement is built on small daily actions. The truth is, no matter how clear your vision is or how badly you want something, nothing changes until you act. And not just once in a while, but every day. Many people set goals with enthusiasm, full of hope and motivation, but that motivation fades. Life gets busy, distractions creep in, obstacles appear. The difference between those who achieve their goals and those who don't isn't talent, luck, or intelligence. It's commitment. It's the decision to show up every single day, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching, even when progress feels slow or invisible. Taking daily action doesn't mean you need to make huge leaps every day. In fact, the most powerful progress often comes from the smallest steps, done consistently. Writing one paragraph a day becomes a book. Saving a small amount each week becomes financial freedom. Practicing a skill for 15 minutes a day becomes mastery. It's not about the size of the action. It's about the repetition and the discipline behind it. Too often, people wait for the right time, the perfect conditions, the ideal mindset, the moment when everything aligns. But the right time rarely comes. Conditions will always be imperfect. There will always be something else demanding your attention. That's why it's so important to train yourself to act anyway. You don't need to feel ready, you just need to start. Every day you face a choice: move closer to your goals or stay where you are. Even doing nothing is a choice, and often it leads to regret. But taking just one intentional step each day, no matter how small, creates momentum. And momentum is powerful. It fuels confidence. It keeps your goals at the front of your mind. It reminds you that you're capable, committed, and making progress, even if the results haven't fully shown up yet. Daily action also builds trust in yourself. When you say you're going to do something and then follow through, you reinforce your own sense of integrity and belief. You stop being someone who just talks about goals and start being someone who lives them out. That internal shift is what transforms habits into identity. It's no longer just something you're trying to do, it's who you are. It's also important to be clear about what you're working toward. Clarity fuels action. If your goals are vague, your efforts will be scattered. But if you know exactly what you're aiming for and break that goal into small, actionable tasks, it becomes much easier to stay on track. Write down your goals, break them into steps, create a daily system, track your progress, celebrate small wins. These habits turn dreams into outcomes. Remember, progress is rarely linear. Some days you'll move fast, some days will feel like a struggle. There will be setbacks, delays, and moments of doubt. That's normal. The key is not to quit. You don't fail when you fall, you fail when you stop getting back up. The path to your goals is built one day, one choice, one action at a time. So don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for more motivation. Take action today, even if it's messy, even if it's small, because every step forward matters. Your future is being built right now in the decisions you make and the actions you take. Make them count. Relationships are the heartbeat of a meaningful life. No matter how ambitious your goals are or how successful you become, life will always feel empty if your relationships are neglected. The people you care about, family, friends, partners, colleagues, require more than just your presence. They require your attention. And like anything valuable, relationships thrive when they are nurtured daily. It's easy to take the people closest to you for granted. In the rush of everyday life, we often assume our loved ones will always be there, that they understand we're busy, that they don't need to hear how much we appreciate them. But time has a way of slipping by. Days turn into weeks, and suddenly we realize we haven't truly connected with the people who matter most. Relationships, like gardens, need consistent care. Without it, they wither, not always loudly, but silently in the spaces where we fail to show up. Small daily efforts matter more than grand gestures once in a while. A short message just to say, "I'm thinking of you," a few minutes of undistracted listening, a genuine compliment, or a shared laugh. These moments create connection. They show the other person that they are seen, heard, and valued. And often, those little moments mean more than we realize. They are the glue that holds relationships together. Good relationships don't just happen by accident. They require intention. They require you to show up even when you're tired, even when you're distracted, even when you think you have nothing left to give. The truth is, most people don't need you to be perfect. They just need you to be present, fully present, not checking your phone, not half listening, but actually being there emotionally and mentally. Conflict is inevitable in any close relationship. Misunderstandings, stress, and differing expectations will arise. But relationships that are tended to daily are much more resilient. When there is a strong foundation of trust and consistent care, conflict doesn't break the bond, it becomes something you work through together. The problem isn't the fight itself. It's how you handle it, how quickly you repair the damage, and how willing you are to take responsibility when you've hurt someone. Relationships also require vulnerability. That means being honest about how you feel, expressing appreciation, saying I'm sorry when you've made a mistake, and allowing others to do the same without judgment. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's the bridge to intimacy and real connection. But it takes courage, and that courage grows with daily practice. It's also important to evaluate how you're showing up in your relationships. Are you encouraging the people around you? Do they feel safe, supported, and valued in your presence? Or do they feel criticized, ignored, or drained? Being mindful of your energy, your words, and your actions can transform the way others experience your presence in their lives. Not all relationships are meant to last forever, and that's okay. Some serve a season, a lesson, or a purpose, but the ones that matter, the ones you want to keep, must be actively maintained. Don't wait until there's distance, resentment, or regret. Don't assume they know how you feel. Tell them. Show them. Every day. At the end of life, it won't be your achievements, your possessions, or your awards that people remember. It will be how you made them feel. The moments you shared, the kindness you gave, the love you showed. That's what lasts. So take a moment today to reach out, apologize, appreciate, connect, because relationships don't grow by chance, they grow by choice. And that choice must be made every single day. Motivation is powerful, but it's also unpredictable. It comes and goes like the weather. Some days it's strong and uplifting, and other days it's nowhere to be found. That's why if you want to build a life of purpose, consistency, and achievement, you can't rely on motivation alone. You must rely on discipline. Discipline is what carries you forward when motivation fades. It's the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. Too often, people wait for the perfect mood or ideal conditions to take action. They say they'll start working out when they feel ready, or they'll begin that project when inspiration strikes. The problem is, waiting for motivation can lead to endless delays. If you only act when you're inspired, you'll be inconsistent, and inconsistency kills momentum. Discipline, on the other hand, doesn't care how you feel in the moment. It's a commitment to a standard, not a reaction to a mood. Discipline is built through repetition. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The first few times you push through resistance and do something hard, it feels uncomfortable. But over time, that discomfort turns into habit, and the habit turns into identity. You become someone who follows through, someone who shows up, someone who gets things done, no matter what. Having discipline doesn't mean you live a joyless or rigid life. In fact, it's the opposite. Discipline creates freedom. When you have the self-control to stick to your goals, manage your time, and follow routines, you gain more control over your life. You reduce stress, avoid unnecessary chaos, and make room for things that truly matter. It allows you to live with intention rather than reaction. Discipline also breeds confidence. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, whether it's waking up early, completing a workout, sticking to your plan, or avoiding distractions, you reinforce the belief that you can trust yourself. That internal trust is what creates lasting self-esteem. You no longer depend on external validation or temporary highs. You build strength from within, and that kind of strength is unshakable. Of course, discipline doesn't mean perfection. There will be off days, setbacks, and mistakes. But discipline allows you to recover quickly. Instead of letting one bad day spiral into a bad week, you reset and continue. Discipline helps you separate your feelings from your actions. You don't have to feel motivated to do the right thing. You just do it because that's who you've decided to be. One of the most effective ways to strengthen discipline is to create systems and routine. Don't rely on willpower every day. Structure your environment to support your goals. Set clear boundaries. Reduce distractions. Plan your time in advance. When your life is organized around your values and priorities, discipline becomes less about force and more about flow. Another key is to start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. Choose one habit, one routine, one behavior to commit to, and stick with it. As you build consistency in that one area, you gain the confidence and momentum to tackle the next. Progress is not about intensity. It's about consistency over time. Discipline is what separates those who want change from those who create it. It's what turns intentions into reality. Motivation may light the spark, but discipline keeps the fire burning. So the next time you don't feel like showing up, remember this: you don't need to be motivated. You just need to be committed. And commitment, practiced daily, will take you farther than motivation ever could. Gratitude has the power to completely transform how you see your life. It doesn't change your circumstances, but it changes your perspective. And that makes all the difference. When you train your mind to focus on what's going right instead of what's going wrong, you begin to notice the beauty in ordinary moments, the lessons in difficult seasons, and the blessings that were there all along. Gratitude is not about pretending life is perfect. It's about choosing to see the value in every experience, even the hard ones. In a world that constantly pushes you to want more success, more money, more recognition, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking you're always behind or lacking something. But when you take a moment to slow down and reflect on what you do have, you realize that you already possess so much. Your health, your breath, the people who care about you, the lessons you've learned, the strength you've gained, all of it matters. And when you appreciate it, your entire mindset shifts from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude brings you into the present. It helps you stop dwelling on the past or worrying about the future and start engaging with what's real right now. It grounds you. It reminds you that joy isn't something you find someday, but something you can tap into in this very moment, in a conversation, in a quiet walk, in a simple act of kindness. When you live with gratitude, even the smallest things take on deeper meaning. Gratitude also strengthens your resilience. Life isn't always easy. There are losses, setbacks, disappointments, and challenges that can shake your confidence. But when you cultivate a grateful perspective, you're better equipped to handle adversity. You begin to see problems as opportunities for growth and pain as a teacher, not a punishment. You learn to say, this is hard, but I'm thankful for what it's teaching me. That mindset doesn't eliminate hardship, but it gives you the strength to move through it with grace and hope. The practice of gratitude also deepens your relationships. When you make it a habit to express appreciation for someone's time, support, presence, or even just their smile, you build connection. People feel seen and valued, and that strengthens trust. Whether it's a friend, a partner, a coworker, or a stranger, gratitude opens the door to better communication, more empathy, and greater understanding. It shifts your focus from what others lack to what they contribute. Living with gratitude doesn't mean ignoring your goals or settling for less. It means appreciating what you have while you work toward what you want. It's the balance between contentment and ambition. Being thankful for this moment while still striving to grow. That balance keeps you grounded and motivated without letting stress or envy take over. Daily gratitude doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as writing down 3 things you're thankful for each morning, sending a quick message to someone you appreciate, or pausing in a moment of stress to reflect on something good. These small practices create a powerful mental shift. Over time, your brain becomes wired to look for the positive, even in tough situations. That shift fuels peace, optimism, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. At the end of the day, gratitude is a choice. It's not always easy, especially when life feels unfair or overwhelming, but it's always available. And the more you choose it, the more your perspective will begin to change. You'll stop focusing on what's missing and start seeing what's meaningful. You'll stop chasing happiness and start living it, one grateful moment at a time. Success is not something that appears overnight. It's not the result of a single lucky break, one major decision, or a burst of inspiration. True success is built daily through discipline, consistency, and intentional effort. It's crafted in the quiet moments when no one is watching, in the early mornings when others are sleeping, and in the repeated habits that compound over time. Every day, in small and often unseen ways, you are either building your future or postponing it. We often admire people who have achieved great things: athletes, entrepreneurs, leaders, artists, and we see the final result, the win, the business, the influence, the legacy. But what we don't always see is the process. We don't see the years of preparation, the long hours, the missed opportunities, the sacrifices, the failures that had to be endured. What looks like overnight success is almost always the outcome of years of daily effort, practiced over and over again, long before any recognition came. The truth is, success is not about doing something extraordinary once. It's about doing something ordinary with extraordinary consistency. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, even when progress is slow, even when no one is clapping for you. That kind of consistency builds character, discipline, and momentum. It teaches you how to keep going when others quit. Building success daily means taking responsibility for your time, your choices, and your habits. It means replacing excuses with action and trading comfort for growth. Every decision you make, to read instead of scroll, to plan instead of procrastinate, to take care of your body instead of neglect it, is a brick in the foundation of your future. It's not glamorous, it's not always fun, but it works. One of the most powerful truths about success is that small steps matter. A single workout won't transform your health, but a daily routine will. Writing one paragraph won't produce a book, but writing daily will. Saving a little money won't make you rich, but doing it consistently will build wealth. The key is to stay committed to the process, not just the outcome. Focus on what you can do today and let tomorrow take care of itself. Success is also built through learning from failure, from feedback, from your own mistakes, and from others' wisdom. Each day presents a new opportunity to grow, to improve, to refine your approach. Don't wait for perfect conditions to start. Success doesn't require perfection. It requires progress. And progress is made through action, reflection, and adjustment, day in and day out. Another important aspect of daily success is intentional living. Too many people go through life on autopilot, reacting to circumstances instead of creating them. If you want to succeed, you must be deliberate about how you spend your time, where you put your energy, and what you give your attention to. Your focus determines your direction, and your direction, followed daily, determines your destiny. Remember that success is personal. It's not about comparing your journey to someone else's highlight reel. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, step by step. Define what success means to you, set a clear vision, and then commit to showing up for it every day. Some days you'll make big strides, other days it will be a quiet grind, but every day counts. In the end, success isn't something you chase, it's something you build with your habits, with your mindset, with your choices. So start today, do the work, stay consistent, and trust the process, because everything you want to achieve begins with what you do, not someday, but today. And then again tomorrow. That's how real success is made. Thank you.